So I felt like this would be a fitting way to start this show, and I wanted to recite a few lyrics from a song from a band that I discovered when I was about 13 years old, and definitely had an influence on me and my thought process of the world. And so, with that being said, the Dead Kennedys, Nazi punks, fuck off. Punk ain't no religious cult. Punk means thinking for yourself. You ain't hardcore because you spike your hair when a jock still lives inside your head. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck off. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck off. Eddie?
Yes, very well said, Ray. It's hard to top that. It's the beginning of the show, so you know what time it is. It is time to go to work.
Woo!
The Jerk of All Trades podcast. We are live and direct.
In living color.
In living audio.
Yes.
And we got a great show this week. Ray, you want to tell them about it?
Absolutely, man. Great show lined up for them. I'm not going to list all the topics off for you guys this week.
Yeah, we got 2 episodes this week, so we're hitting you with a little 1-hour action. And we're going to start the show off with a little middle finger of the week, Ray.
Yes, middle finger of the week. And usually it's pretty hard to find the middle finger of the week. But this week there was some pretty evident douchebaggery in this world. And so, yeah, here's our easiest middle finger of the week ever. And it's not even close. So, Eddie, Nazi domestic terrorism and the angle of it not really paying off for you.
No, it didn't work out too well for these guys here. Unless you've been living under a rock or something, you've heard about the incident in Charlottesville, Virginia this week. 34 people were wounded during a Unite the Right march, and a woman was killed after being struck by a car. 2 state troopers died in a helicopter crash. And I cannot believe it's the year 2017. And we have people still living like it's like 1930, 1940 or something. It's almost like a 100-year-old mentality that still is somehow, prevalent in this society.
It's insane to me, man. I can't believe that there are people that are identifying themselves as straight up Nazis. It's not even like, people get called, oh, he's a Nazi. No, these people are literally Nazis. They have Nazi flags. Like, that is their whole entire deal. And somehow we have our president that's, defending them and the fact that, hey, they just kind of showed up and, that wasn't everyone at the march wasn't a Nazi. Well, I mean, if I'm having a house party and a bunch of Nazis show up with Nazi flags and stuff, I'm probably
tiki torches.
And tiki torches. I actually have tiki torches in my backyard. I have the same tiki torches that
put that tiki torch back down.
that the Nazis apparently like. But yeah, I'm gonna ask the Nazis to probably leave. That's gonna be what I'm gonna do. So I think by not doing that, come on, yeah, you're just as bad as them, and your rhetoric is really not all that far removed from what they're saying. They're just being more out front with it, and so yeah, obviously they're fucking douchebags, and so they get the middle finger.
Oh, absolutely, it's up there. Just when you think like we're progressing as a society, as a culture. Gay people are getting married. Like, we have transgender people being socially accepted. And then, like, out of nowhere, we just get these crazy white people and their Nazi stuff. And it's like, you're not moving forward. You're moving backward. Like, this is stuff that we fought for in World War II. It's just like, what are you trying to hold on to that matters so much to you? I don't get it.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I think it's, they really, it's the whole, well, what's wrong? There's there's a BET channel. Why can't there be a white entertainment channel? And, hey, there's Black History Month, so there should be White History Month. And here's the thing. Like, you are the predominant race, you are the winner, so
Yeah.
you are the one that has been suppressing people. So the reason why these marches and things exist is because these are an entire group of people that have been suppressed, and hey, their people got brought over on boats in chains, and so
they had to sit in the back of the bus. They had to use their own bathrooms, use their own
Right.
water fountains. Like, it's all really, really silly. I don't know if it's the education system or just bigotry as a whole. But it's got to go. Like the Jerk of All Trades podcast, if you're listening to this, we're all about progression, moving forward, onward and upward.
Not regression.
Yes, not regression whatsoever. We're learning new things. We're performing, acting out new ideas. And we ain't got time for these fucking retarded ass Nazis.
We ain't got time for that. Yeah.
So, moving on. Those goddamn tiki torches, Ray. What the fuck?
Yeah, so the angle of this, we're not going to harp on all the stuff that you probably heard elsewhere. But yeah,
it looked like a barbecue gone wrong.
With their goddamn polo shirts and such.
Oh, my God.
Tiki torches that they bought.
I hate to laugh. I mean, people did die. But just the asinine-looking people involved in this is kind of silly.
Yeah, it's really quite ridiculous. So yeah, they were Tiki brand products has denounced the use of their torches for the white supremacist march, as you probably would, because it's an island thing, right? So yeah, clearly not an Anglo American white thing. So
sure,
Tiki, yeah, not coming from Europe. So yeah, they said yeah, we don't like you guys using our torches, so they're gonna have to find some off-brand torches or something from the dollar store. I'm not even sure. I feel like Tiki kind of has like the lock hold on.
I know.
I mean, that's another one of those things where they're branded as the name of the brand. It's like Band-Aids.
Yeah, they're the WWE of Tiki torches.
Right. Yeah, they have a monopoly on the Tiki torch. I don't even know what the non-Tiki torch name
what's
of that.
What's the second place selling Tiki torches? You don't know. It doesn't
exist. I mean, is there like a more proper name of them that's not the brand name? I really don't know that.
It's so strange.
Yeah, so if you know what the actual, I mean, is that what they're actually just called, or is there some sort of more proper name,
as long as I can remember,
bandage?
Yeah, as long as I can remember, they've been called Tiki torches.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, I've never known them as anything else. So, but yeah, that wasn't it. Twitter and Facebook have come out. Zuckerberg came out and had a long diatribe about it, and they're removing any racist and hate accounts from their platforms. You've got GoDaddy and Squarespace who are booting racist websites. There's one in particular called the Daily Stormer that really has taken a big hit from this. You've got Apple Pay is going to disable support for websites that are selling Nazi or white pride sweaters and T-shirts. Apparently, if you have like a bandana or, boxers or something, that's okay. But sweaters, T-shirts is off. Yeah,
don't take away my Nazi socks. Right,
got swastikas on
only sweaters and T-shirts. No, just kidding.
Yeah, it's
come on, Apple.
Spotify is removing material that favors hatred or incites violence against race, religion, and sexuality. Reddit, I've been a Redditor for a long time. They have banned several far-right and neo-Nazi subreddits since Charlottesville, including one called Physical Removal. I thought this was interesting. OkCupid has actually laid the ban hammer down to. There was a white supremacist. His name was Christopher Cantwell. And he, apparently can't get along with people well.
It looks like he's on to farmersdaughters.com or something. I don't know. He's got to move on. OkCupid ain't playing that shit.
Yeah.
But it's good to see these companies taking a stand for doing the right thing for the good of the people. So.
Yeah,
round of applause from your boy Eddie the Jerk.
Absolutely. One other last thing that I wanted to kind of talk about on this was free speech. So I see a lot in comment chains on things revolving around this, and not even coming from people who are supporting that movement, but they get upset when, let's say Tiki brand torches says, we don't want you to use our Tiki torches. Or, when Apple or Apple Pay or PayPal or that type of thing says that they're not going to allow payments to go towards websites like this. people start decrying free speech. And I don't think that people really fully understand what free speech is. So freedom of speech is government mandated. It is not something that private brands have to adhere to. This is like saying that Walmart has to sell Nazi sweaters. You know, if they so choose, based on their business model, that they don't feel that it is in the best interest of their business to be supporting something like this, they don't have to do that. You know, if Apple Pay doesn't want to allow their payments to be utilized by, you know, alt-right Nazi websites, they don't have to do that. They have the choice. OkCupid doesn't have to hook up Nazis. Like, they can say, hey, we Nazis, if you want to get laid, if you want to go on a nice date somewhere to like the Nazi rally or something, you're going to have to find another website or another way to do that. And that's freedom of speech, is from the government. If the government is telling you that you don't have the right to do that, or you don't have the right to say whatever idiotic thing that it is that you're going to say, or possibly not idiotic, these private brands don't have to allow you to utilize their service if you're doing it in the wrong way.
I agree 100%. If you want to hook up with your racist Nazi other chicks and dudes out there, go start your own Nazi dating website, and you pathetic losers can hook up.
Good luck finding hosting, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good luck with all that. Yeah, just one thing to add to this is just when our forefathers wrote the Constitution, it was a little bit different, man. There was no Twitter, Facebook, internet, television. Like, it was a lot different back in those days. So the issues that are prevalent today weren't around even remotely back in those days. So
yeah, the avenues in which you get your speech out there are quite a bit different. But what people are failing to realize is that these are services that you are utilizing. This is, I mean,
sure.
If it was a government-based social media, that would be a different story, but it's not. So
those are all businesses.
You know, if you want to start your own, you know, Nazi Facebook, which I'm sure exists, or Nazi Twitter or whatever, you're more than free to be able to do that.
Yeah, so Ray nailed it on this one.
Absolutely.
So being a racist is an example of one of the worst personality traits any person can have. So it's only fitting we go from one of the best, or I'm sorry, we go from one of the worst to one of the best.
Yeah, that's probably... You heard it here first. Eddie thinks racism and Nazis are the best. Number one thing.
Let's talk about this story I found on Twitter. Bruno Mars and his recent massive donation in Michigan. Bruno Mars recently donated $1 million to Flint, Michigan to aid in the water crisis.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
This is awesome. I read it and I liked it immediately. He partnered up with Live Nation after a surprise concert at the Palace of Auburn Hills. He told the crowd afterwards he was donating $1 million to help Flint residents deal with the ongoing contaminated water crisis. The crisis started in early 2014 when the city of Flint switched its water source. The water later tested positive for E. coli and elevated levels of lead, causing President Barack Obama to declare a federal state of emergency in the city, freeing up $5 million to cover bottled water and filters. Awesome move by the president there.
Absolutely.
But still ongoing issues. And the donation went to Community Foundation of Greater Flint. It's so awesome when you donate money to a charity and it actually goes to the the people.
Very, very true.
They're trying to support. I don't know if we talked about this on the podcast before, but I'm pretty sure we've talked about it, where a lot of these charities, there's a lot of smoke screen and money not going where it's promised to go.
Susan Komen, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. So big up to Bruno Mars getting the money to where it needs to be to help people. And Mars said, as people, especially Americans, we need to stand together to make sure something like this never happens in any community ever again. I believe last week we talked about, food waste and people in other countries not being able to get clean water to drink. We're having this issue right now in Flint, Michigan. Like, they're having to use filtered water and bottled water just to drink some water, and you have to have water to live. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a right. And I'll tell you what, another thing branching off of this is the fucking Nestle Corporation and their shitty CEO. And when this whole thing was first happening, he came out and he claims that he was taken out of context, but he basically said that people do not have the right to clean water.
That's so fucked up.
And so basically what's happening is that Nestle is coming in They are extracting billions of dollars worth of groundwater from Western Michigan. It only pays $200 a year in paperwork fees to do this. That's it. So they've been doing this, and now Nestle wants to more than triple its pumping in the region from 150 gallons per minute to 400 gallons a minute, which is absolutely ridiculous. So this is not good enough. So you've got an area where people can't get clean water out of their faucet, and so Nestle is literally stealing the water, and then they're using their bullshit filtration system and then reselling this water to these people who have no other choice.
God, that is so dark. That is so dark.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck Nestle, dude. Fuck Nestle.
Definitely not about that. They can get the middle finger too. This isn't the right segment, but low key, maybe not so low key, middle finger to Nestle on this.
Yeah. And in 2015, they were also sued for using expired permits to pump millions of gallons worth of water. That was from San Bernardino, California.
Cali.
So yeah, it's not, they're paying, bullshit, a couple $100 to be able to pump all this water out, and then they can't even keep their fucking permits on the up and up. Like, give me a freaking break.
Yeah. Laziness.
It is just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck Nestle.
yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think I'm done with Nestle as of today. So no more money from your boy Eddie the Jerk on those Nestle Crunch bars.
I'll be getting some Hershey's up in here.
Yeah,
so
maybe a little bit of Mars.
Better anyway.
How about some Mars? Yeah, Bruno Mars and Mars candy bars. How do you like
there
that?
You go. The battle lines are drawn.
Yeah.
Bruno Mars candy bars. Bruno Mars, you should start get your own candy bar out there to compete directly with Nestle. So
absolutely,
that would be the shit.
Well, hold on to your horses, because the universal call out is next. That story was pretty damn cool, if you ask me. If we had more guys like Bruno Mars in this world, it'd be a much better place. But let's switch gears here and go to the results of last week's universal call out: balloons,
which came from Ray the Jerk. He defeated Eddie in the rock paper scissors battle. So
we got stories on top of stories on top of balloon stories this week. Tell them about it, Ray.
The tension is there as you wait for us to tell you the balloon stories. Like, we got a pin and it's right next to that balloon. Oh my God, are we gonna pop? Oh, no. Boom. So let's start off with scientists finding the balloon around your head, which is basically the personal space that is around your body. Here's kind of some of the stuff from the article. Before you even know where the wasp is, you flinch. Each of us has this space around our bodies that is extremely sensitive to external stimuli. It is an evolutionary advantage to be hyper alert to threats nearby, as they're more likely to cause you harm a lot sooner. They measured a person's personal space with a blink reflex experiment. The brain continuously updates the threat value of stimuli based on gravitational cues. The number one priority for human brain is avoiding being squashed from above.
That's my priority.
Absolutely. That is a good priority to have. They say that there is an obvious evolutionary advantage to being aware of threats from above. Gravity causes objects to fall, hit you in the head. Not good.
No.
In other words, the number one priority for the human brain is avoiding being squashed from above. I believe Eddie said that that's one of his priorities, and also mine.
Hell yeah.
Some animals, like snakes, are more likely to receive their threats from below, and so may have personal spaces that have developed completely differently from ours. So this is pretty interesting.
I hope nobody pops my personal space balloon up in this thing.
Yeah, basically, you've got a bubble around you, and it's really determined based off of space. And so they basically did an experiment to determine like what amount of, space is around you. And so there's, basically this balloon or bubble around you. So we're all kind of like bubble balloon people walking on around. And sometimes I feel like it might have been a good idea if I actually was in a bubble, because I think at one point Eddie might have called me Ray the Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
That might have been a good idea, so I didn't break any more glass.
You'd have bounced off that windshield.
Yeah. So, that was the first story. Eddie, why don't you hit him with the next story?
Yeah, 5 people are dead after using a weight loss balloon treatment. 5 people who are using an obesity treatment that places balloons inside their stomachs have died since 2016, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The 5 people died within a month or less of having the balloons inserted. 3 died. 3 of the 5 died 1 to 3 days after the balloon placement. So they got this balloon placed inside of them to help lose weight. And apparently that thing ain't working for shit.
I mean, well, actually it's working really well, because they're actually losing a lot of weight now.
Yeah, they're turning into a skeleton.
Yeah.
The process
it's like thinner.
Oh, way thinner.
Thinner.
The process involves placing 1 or 2 uninflated balloons using an endoscope that goes through a patient's mouth into the stomach. Then saline is used to fill the balloons. The inflated balloons stay there for 6 months, taking up space inside the stomach so the person feels full.
So they kind of got like titties up in their stomach, sort of, right?
Saline, yeah.
They kind of got fake titties in there.
Yeah, man, you got to be really desperate or lazy or something to go through with something like this. I just don't understand it.
I mean, I think that, you know, there are people genetically that are predisposed to obesity and that type of thing. And obviously there are other ways around it. But I think you get to a certain point, it's like you can't exercise. And if you don't have...
Well, I understand if you're like handicapped, like you can't walk,
Right.
you can't do certain things. But if you're a fully functioning, healthy human being and you're having a balloon stuck down your throat with saline in it, you deserve to die. Stop being so lazy.
I'm gonna not agree with the you deserve to die thing. I think that
go to the gym. What are you doing?
I think that there's obviously, you know, you're probably not a fully functioning,
go buy some vitamins.
Human being if you're, you know, having this surgery. Let's also not forget that we had our accordion story, our accordion universal call out, which was like our, hey, these are too easy, let's do accordion. And then we had a weight loss surgery that they just created with
So what happens? You get a balloon in your stomach full of saline and you go out to the bar, you start talking shit to some guy and he hits you in the stomach with a right hand. And all of a sudden that saline leaks out and fucking pops and it kills you instantly. So I got to go to jail for smacking you in the stomach because you're a retard, because you had a balloon in your stomach trying to lose weight and shit. Fuck that.
I mean, I think that this is probably
I'm calling my robot lawyer.
It's probably going to be some changes to this program now. I think
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, 5 people have already died from it, so
not cool.
Yeah.
So this on to the next story. This story isn't from the past week, but we thought we should alert people to it. A registered sex offender was charged after volunteering for Balloon Fest. This dude in North Carolina, who will remain nameless, was charged with a felony for being on the premises with children while being a sex offender. According to his arrest warrant, he was jailed under a $50,000 bond. The festival has not previously required background checks for volunteers, but the guy said the policy will change moving forward. Hoyle, the guy that runs the Balloon Fest. This is just a shitty situation where a sex offender I don't know if he did it on purpose or what, but it can't be no coincidence. He's volunteering for a Balloon Fest that is obviously going to have children there.
Yeah.
And they caught this guy.
No doubt.
I'm very happy about this.
By the way, 3 hours and 19 minutes. Do you want to know what that is?
Your last orgy?
What? I had an orgy 3 hours and 19 minutes ago?
I don't know.
I wish. No, actually 3 hours and 19 minutes. That is how long it takes for you to get from Raleigh, North Carolina to Bald Head Island in North Carolina.
Oh, keep him out of there, please. Do not contaminate Bald Head Island.
Right. We do not want this guy in Bald Head Island. So yeah, let's keep him away. It's 3 hours and 19 minutes away and we don't want him there. So yeah, stay away, dude. So yeah, next up we have the man that put a giant chicken balloon with Trump hair near the White House. So this thing is hilarious looking. I'm gonna play the video here. I'm watching the video of this thing. I cannot figure out what this thing looks like. It looks like something, and I can't tie it together as to what exactly it was.
It kind of looks like Howard the Duck to me.
I can definitely see that. There was a few things that I thought it looked like some sort of cartoon, and I could not quite figure it out. I was kind of looking it up, and I couldn't get it. So if you guys have seen this thing, I was kind of thinking the Los Pollos Hermanos logo maybe from Breaking Bad, but not quite there. At first I was thinking Burger King and the King or whatever, but that also was not quite right.
Now I saw this on Facebook and this was funny. This is how you protest peacefully about something. If you don't like Trump, you don't start fights, you don't start riots, you peacefully make a statement. And you make it funny like this one.
Absolutely, yeah. This
was pretty good, man. I'm not hating on it. I'm not gonna say I like it. You shouldn't be like trying to deface the president of the United States at any time, but this was funny. This was pretty goddamn funny.
Maybe it wasn't Trump. You never know. It might not have been Trump.
It could be anything, right? Maybe they're just not a big chicken fan.
Yeah, I think actually the balloon owner, documentary filmmaker Taran Singh Brar said he wanted to make a statement about the president being a weak and ineffective leader.
Oh, there you go. It was.
Yeah, that president. So it was actually. So he made a 30-foot chicken.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Make a 30-foot chicken. Call this motherfucker a weak and ineffective leader, so he drops a bomb on North Korea sooner than later. Right?
That's a great idea. This is definitely what we need in this world. We need.
Don't poke him and make him angry.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be the last thing.
I mean, this is he's got to appreciate the humor in that too.
I'm sure he liked it. I'm sure he smiled about it.
Yeah. So, Eddie, why don't you hit him with what we got next?
Oh yes, this is the Eclipse balloon. This is a high altitude balloon that has GPS tracking on it. There's some students. I'm not sure what school this is from. I lost the article.
Folsom High School. Yeah, basically they created.
This was for the eclipse last week, right?
Right. It's the eclipse is coming this Monday, actually.
Oh, it's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, basically
they got a high altitude balloon with GPS on it, as well as four cameras to record the video of the flight, the eclipse shadow, and the sun. The balloon will then burst and then parachute back down to the earth where the students will recover it.
Interesting.
That's kind of cool.
I've been reading a lot about the eclipse that's coming up on Monday, and I read this article. It's kind of interesting. So there's a guy from like 1962, which is the last time that this happened, and he actually has permanent damage in his right eye from looking up with his buddy up at the eclipse the last time it happened. And so he's basically warning people against doing that.
See, that's another thing with education. Like when I was in school, they told me do not look at the eclipse.
Right. And so, yeah, people are going to do it anyway, and people are going to fuck their vision up from it. Also, the other big thing that they were talking about, too, is that if you point your camera up at the eclipse to try to take a picture of it, it will actually fuck your camera up as well and your phone. So
that's great.
The amount of people that are going to, have fucked up the camera on their phone from trying to take a picture of the eclipse.
Apple and Samsung are like, yeah, go ahead, take a picture.
Yeah, please do.
Show us your best eclipse pictures.
God damn it. Wink. Get a cereal box and, whatever other shit you need to make the little viewer thing to look at the eclipse. But yeah, I'll be working, so I probably won't see it, sadly.
Nah.
But anyway, so yeah, and then last up we have this is not that cool of a story, but I just thought it was interesting. Once again, we had this happen. I don't remember what week it was. I think it was it was the Turtle Week. And we had the Turtle Festival that happened in Mexico or something. So there was the 39th annual Bristol International Balloon Festival. So first thing I wanted to mention is that there was no sex offenders at this thing.
Thank God.
There might have actually been. There's just no documented ones.
Yeah.
But there was more than 100 colorful balloons of all shapes and sizes scattered across the skyline of southwest England after a mass launch. Thousands of visitors descended on Bristol and blah, 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 blah. It's the largest ballooning event. It's a 4-day thing with 130 balloons from across the world. So,
England.
Yeah.
What up, England?
Yep, they love their balloons over in England. So, yeah, it's cool.
Cool. All right. Well, another universal call out is in the books. Please stay tuned for another random topic at the end of the show. But for now, we are going to head to break and hear from Ray the Jerk and his love for Audible.
You still remember the first time you caught a glimpse of her. How could you forget? You were but a budding blossom, and her equally budding bosom called to you. You felt tingles, shivers, shakes, and blood flowing into areas that began to transform with the wafting air of her essence. Your very first crush, the local librarian. You imagined the things you would do to her, the things she would do to you, what she looked like beyond those conservative clothes that society surely forced her to wear. Yet, as the years went on, things began to change. She began to change. You began to change. And so did technology. If only there were a parallel. You want to continue to cram your head full of stories, knowledge, and whimsical fantasies, but can't bring yourself to face the withering beauty that once hinted at an unknown primal urge that would consume you. Well, now, you'll never have to again. Audible is a new way to read. Scratch that. Listen to your favorite and soon-to-be favorite books in audio form. Audible has over 180,000 audiobooks to choose from. Many are read by famous folks you know and love, and are available to you via the free Audible app. With that many choices, you are sure to find a book you are going to love. Now, on to the good stuff. Want a free 30-day trial and a free audiobook? Well, of course you do. You'd be crazy to say no. Head your happy little fingers over to audibletrial.com/JOAT podcast. Once again, that's audibletrial.com/JOAT podcast to sign up for your free month and get your free audiobook courtesy of the jerks. Thank God, or the Matrix creating billionaire aliens, you'll never have to be confronted with the fleeting nature of beauty or try and figure out the clearly demonic Dewey Decimal System. All right, guys, we are back. So we have talked about antiquated business models before on the podcast. Talked about malls going under. We talked about the goddamn cable company. No, I'm not signing up. I'm not giving you my information. Yeah. No, please go away. But this week, we're going to start segment 2 with another business that is ready to take the death knell. So let's talk about the rise of the electric car and what's going to happen with all these goddamn gas stations that are everywhere.
Crazy.
Eddie, let's talk about it.
Well, this is another progression story. With the gas stations everywhere, there's 168,000 gas stations.
That's a lot of gas stations
nationwide. Man. Now we have Tesla and Apple, more so Tesla than Apple, making these self-driving cars, electric cars, these hybrid cars. I think the whole point here is that they're trying to move forward with electric cars, and with the rise of electric cars over the next 20, 30, 40 years, more cars, and maybe all cars, are going to be run on batteries instead of gasoline. So they have an article here. ChargePoint Incorporated is working to change views on what the charging network of the future will look like. The company has 39,000 charging spots set up in garages, parking lots, and apartments, with several hundred of them, which can provide 200 miles of charge in an hour for cars currently on the road, and promises much faster fill-ups as car batteries become more advanced.
Yeah, this is definitely interesting. One of the things that I read, there's a whole interview with this guy, Mr. Romano. What's his first name? Pasquale Romano. And the big thing that he talks about is that, so, you kind of got it in your head. You've got gas stations and they're fucking everywhere, right?
Every two blocks.
So do we just convert these things into charging stations? And that's not really the way that this works, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a charging port at your house, where you're going to charge your vehicle,
or at your job.
Yeah, or at your job. He talks about, like, seeing, does wherever you work, do they have a charging station for your vehicle? Mm-hmm. And so this is going to be much more about, it's going to be a completely different infrastructure than it is right now. So there's going to be tons and tons less of these things, the way that you get your vehicle to continue on. So he basically talks about, first off, I guess there's a lot of these things that are there right now. They've actually got a mobile app that you can download that tells you where there are charging stations for your vehicle.
Nice.
But he talks about his vehicle right now and how he basically, he finds a charging station and, he goes and grabs a cup of coffee, goes and gets lunch, whatever, and he charges up his vehicle, and then
like you would charge a cell phone,
right? And then he's out on the road again. And so it's really going to be, I think the difficult thing is going to be not just, I think that people are cool with not having to pay for gas. I think that's definitely, people are definitely all right with that, but It's going to be about changing the way that you think about how you refuel your vehicle. Like how do you get your vehicle to continue on? And it's not going to be just stopping at the gas station where you get your coffee and where you get your scratch offs. You're going to be, it's going to be a different structure than it is right now, and that's going to be a difficult hurdle to get over with the public, I guess. But if if you start thinking about it more like your phone, then you'll probably be okay.
I can just see it now. Just like the malls, going to be empty. All these gas stations 25, 35 years from now, all empty. There's just going to be, it's going to be like a barren wasteland of these empty, deserted fucking gas stations.
Let's tear them down. Let's rip up the concrete. Let's start throwing some grass and some trees and shit down instead, right?
That'd be awesome. Yeah,
I'd be cool
I'm cool with that.
Instead of looking at empty gas stations, I'd rather be looking at some trees and stuff. So there's a whole other angle on this thing too, where Volkswagen actually had basically we're developing a monopoly on charging stations. It was called Electrify America Charging Port. And so, yeah, they had a big, extensive network that they had created, and there was some issue with that because they didn't want one particular company to just have basically like a stranglehold on this because
for sure,
this is going to be big business, no doubt, man, no doubt.
Well, if it's going to be anything that that Mr. Who's the Tesla guy again?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Sorry, Elon Musk. I forgot your name for a second. If it's going to be anything like he's thinking about, everybody's going to have a freaking electric car pretty goddamn soon. So, and they're only 35 grand.
Yeah.
Like these new Teslas are only 35K. Like,
not bad.
It's not like a Mercedes or a Rolls Royce or like, these goofy high dollar cars that you would never actually buy unless you're like, Floyd Mayweather or something. But yeah, they're super affordable, and with the mere fact that you can charge it at your house eventually, you don't have to buy gas anymore. So you're saving yourself 50, 60, 70. I don't know how much you spend in gas every month. When I was rolling pretty hard, I was spending maybe $50 a month on gas. So
I spend that for sure.
Yeah, so $50 a month times 12 months, $600 a year. It doesn't sound like a lot, but over the long term, over 10 years, that's $6,000. What could you, if 10 years ago you got an electric car and today someone was like, here's a check for $6,000, that'd be pretty sweet, right?
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Everybody could use a little extra dough. So, I'm all about it. And I just hope that these gas stations, these owners of these gas stations, because these owners of gas stations are real people. Yeah, and absolutely. Some of them are actually really good people.
I'm sure a lot of them are good people.
And I hope that they see the wave coming before it's too late. That's all.
I mean, this is kind of, where, once again, something else is being automated, man. So not just the people that own the gas stations, but I mean, you've got larger gas stations. I go to a gas station called Quick Trip, and they've got a ton of stuff there. But I mean, obviously, most people are going there and getting the other stuff because they're getting gas there. Yep. And there is a whole slew of people that work there. And so what happens when people are not going to the gas station for gas anymore? What happens to not only the people that own the gas stations, but, all the people that work at the gas stations?
The employees, yeah.
Universal basic income for the win. So.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Maybe next week.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
So
cool.
So this next story doesn't worry me as an iPhone user, even though I don't love everything about iPhone. But Eddie may have some things to worry about as an Android user. No! So Eddie, I hate to tell you, but prepare for the malware invasion.
Oh, man. I thought I was safe. I thought there was no way to crack these damn cell phones. Who would want to hack into a cell phone? But now,
right, yeah. Why would you want to hack into a cell phone? It doesn't make any sense. People just have like all their information there and all their nudes and all their credit card information.
Yes. And when I first got a cell phone, I was like, this thing will never get hacked into. Who cares about this? But now I got like 3 bank accounts, my 2 401ks, like everything money-wise that is valuable and important to me in my life is on my stupid phone. So, yeah, this is important.
It's actually smart. It's not stupid.
My phone is stupid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's because it's Android.
Yeah. See? There you go. The app Lookout has busted apps with malware. Researchers at the security firm Lookout have identified a family of malicious smartphone apps referred to as Sonic Spy.
And that is not the drive-in place where, you get, burger and fries and, ices and whatever other stuff they have. That's actually just called Sonic.
I wonder what their logo looked like. I wonder if it was a hedgehog.
It might have been. I bet that they probably don't. They probably have a logo.
They might. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But at least 3 versions of the malware, which is able to remotely control infected phones, made it onto Google Play's Play Store. Damn it, Google.
Come on, Google. What are you doing?
So, according to Lookout, as many as 47 out of 1,000 Android devices have encountered, quote unquote, an app based threat. The latest and greatest to get caught is Sonic Spy. That's the dumbest name I've ever heard of, but
yeah, it's pretty silly.
It's WTF all day there. They are the makers of Soniac. I don't know how to say that.
Soniac, I would call it.
Soniac? I don't know. No, there's no G in there. But Soniac Hulk Messenger. So if you have any of these apps, listen up.
What you gonna do, brother, when I hack into your phone with some spyware and run wild on you, brother Jack, dude? Oh, sorry, that was my Hulk Messenger.
Yeah, don't make Hulk Messenger angry because he'll spy on you or something.
He will take your phone. Your phone
He'll
weighs
leak all
like
of your,
800
orgy photos.
800 pounds. He will slam it to the mat, crashing it through the mat in front of like 195,000 people at the Pontiac Silverdome.
All right, so they got Sonic.
And he'll also have sex with your wife and have you film it. So
we got Soniac, Hulk Messenger, and Troy Chat. All messenger apps containing the
Troy
malware.
Chat, where you chat with guys named Troy. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
so if you got one of those 3, get rid of them today.
Delete.
And then in the background, the apps are able to hijack a variety of basic phone functions, including making outbound calls, sending text messages, and harvesting call logs, Wi-Fi data, and your contacts. Lookout is thinking that they are all based out of Iraq, but not concrete on that.
Yeah, who knows?
And the Judy series of cooking and lifestyle games.
I know you like that.
Oh, yeah, my favorite. Big Booty Judy.
Big Booty Judy, cooking and lifestyle. Yes. It helps you make food that gives you a big booty.
Oh, yeah. They all had malware on them, too, but they were busted in May. But if you got any of those Big Booty Judy apps on your phone, get rid of them today.
Delete it.
And then the actors behind this family have shown that they're capable of getting their spyware into the official app store, Lookout writes, and its build process is automated. That suggests similar deceptive apps could make it into the Play Store again.
Yeah, this is so obviously, you've had computers for a long time, and people have been writing malicious, things for them, adware, malware, all that type of stuff. Cell phones are big business. Cell phones are computers now, and there are a lot of people that don't even utilize regular computers anymore. I mean, everything that they do can be done on, in an iPad or an iPhone or an Android-based phone or tablet. And so, think about all the things that you do on your phone. Think about, hey, tons of people pay their bills on it, and their credit card information is saved on it, and all their contacts and all their nude photos and, all that kind of stuff. And so, mainly the nude photos. And so people are now, these people are focusing their energy on that because, this is how they make their living. They're basically cyber thieves. And so they're coming for you. And here's the other thing too, iPhone, is not as susceptible, but I mean, here's the big thing too with, I talk about, with my Apple computer, I don't have to worry about, having an antivirus and such because most of the time, those things are not written for Apple because, Mac OS X is a very minuscule portion of the operating systems that are in use in this country. Most people are using Windows-based stuff. But when you look at cell phones, obviously Apple OS X or iOS is the biggest. Actually, I'd have to look at the numbers, but it's huge. Yeah. And so if you think that you have an iPhone and that you're not susceptible to this, I'm sorry, you're wrong. I'm sure they're coming for you too. So
they're coming for you, brother.
They're coming for me. So I hope I don't get any malware while I watch Pornhub on my phone, considering the amount of times I have, and that I have an iPhone, although I just, threw information in the face of that comment, but I'm sure I am okay. But let's talk about Pornhub and their study that showed that goddamn millennials fucking millennials. You are ruining everything in the world.
Breaking
and
news.
You don't like big boobs. You like small boobs, maybe. You're not searching for big boobs on Pornhub. What are you doing with your life?
This actually
Why do
makes
you
a
not
lot
have the
of
same
sense to
sexual
me.
interests as your ancestors?
Yeah, I mean, I never given much thought to this until I had a podcast and had to read this article. Like,
Yeah.
you know, us, we're a little bit on the not older side, but we're older than the millennials
Back
are.
in my day.
Yeah, so we're used to the whole like giant boob.
I had a conversation with my buddy about and I think I did the back in my day thing too. But yeah, I came up in the '90s, and I came in the '90s.
Is that when you officially came up to
I
in the
think
90s?
I think I came up in the '90s, and so during that era, I mean, your porn was basically, blonde, big boobs. It was stereotypical what you think of pornography. And obviously things have really, really changed. Now you have tube sites and stuff, such as Pornhub, and now people can search for whatever they want. And so they're not just forced to just get the porn of old, and so they can basically find their own niche.
That is true. Porn was a little more scarce back in the day,
for sure, man.
So you didn't have the selection. It was like, today I feel like I don't know,
sleep porn,
maybe.
Porn, yeah, maybe. I want sleep porn today,
and I don't want her to have big boobs either. She's got to have small boobs. Right. Sleep porn, got to be Asian, and not on a bed. I want them on a camping ground.
And she's got to be a robot.
So like, there's all these like different selections, and back in the day, it was like, hey,
whatever you could get your hands on, or
I got
your
a
hand
VCR.
on, whatever you could get your hands on, and then whatever hand you could get on your Johnson. That was what was happening. And so you dealt with what you had. I'm sure back, in the 1950s, people loved the Sears catalog because that's all they had.
Yeah, sure.
They had the bra section. And
these fucking millennials don't appreciate the struggle.
Right. The struggle
that we had to go through back in the day, the damn VCR. We didn't even have DVD. We had VCR.
I couldn't skip to the next scene, goddammit.
No.
I was just unless I wanted to fast forward, and then the next time I watched it, I had to see like whatever I nutted to the last time. Like, I don't want to be confronted with that. God damn it!
I'm already ashamed enough that I had to do this already.
Come on.
The amount of detail this article provides is just crazy,
staggering.
Yeah, they're saying that the Pornhub is claiming users under the age of 34 search for quote unquote boobs or quote unquote tits substantially less often than the 35 plus crowd.
So let me ask you a question though. Let me real quick here. So people under the age of 34 search for boob or tits substantially less, and then people 35 and plus search for it more. What do we search for? We're both 34. God damn it! Like
we're stuck in the middle.
They didn't even test us. Like they went like 1 to 33 or 0 to 33, and then they went 35 to like 150, and then that was it. And like we are the one age where we don't know what our porn addiction is, and it's really depressing to me.
It's craziness. People between the ages of 18 and 24 are 20% less likely to look for boobs, and people between the ages of 55 and 64 are 20% more likely to search for some good old-fashioned silicone fun bags.
Let me get them fun bags. A little saline action up in my belly.
Let me try to think. It wasn't like a Wendy something, like a something knockers. I should have looked these up beforehand.
Oh, come on.
There's
Bazongas?
No, like the porn star chick's names was based around the fact that she had giant tits.
Oh,
yeah. It was like Wendy Knockers or something. Yeah. And like her BFF was like Tiffany Master Boobs or something like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, the names back in the day were definitely pretty interesting.
Yeah, their whole name revolved around the fact that
they had huge tits.
They had giant tits, and now
Wendy Whoppers, I think, was her name. Possibly.
And now they see these like young millennial guys and they're trying to impress them with their giant tits, and they're like, not really all that interested. It's not that you're old; it's that your tits are too big.
Yeah, that's. I want to know what. Actually, her name was Wendy Whoppers.
There it is. Thank you.
Oh, that was why you were thinking of Wendy's and Whoppers. Wendy's and Burger King coming together in the porn industry.
Tiffany Knockers and like all this stuff. So, next time we have some people over here, I gotta talk to these young guys and see what's going on with this, because it's fairly interesting to me.
Yeah, what is causing the shift in porno priorities? So yeah, not even Pornhub has the foggiest idea. Is it youngsters not liking boobs as much of a result of the big booty Judy revolution that has been happening?
I do like me some booty.
And where do you think that first started? I feel like the Jennifer Lopez thing was like probably a big start of that.
She was the most mainstream, but
that was when
Sir Mix-a-Lot had the
he don't want none.
I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Yeah, he don't want none unless you got buns, son. So
the other brothers can't deny.
Yeah. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung.
Absolutely.
I've gotten sprung quite a few times, so that really it's really obnoxious when she walks in with an itty bitty waist. So disappointing. So it's worth noting that while a specific age group appears, according to the available data, collectively less interested in tits than any other demos, that doesn't mean that ladies' chest regions are going out of style altogether. Pornhub reports that knockers-related phrases comprise 1.5% of their total searches, which means the quantity of tit-oriented keywords typed into Pornhub every day is, on average, well into the millions.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, the numbers are so staggering that, like, that 20% ain't shit.
Yeah. So still millions of people are searching for boobs, most notably the people from the great state of, wait for it, what is it, Eddie? What state is it?
Wisconsin!
Goddamn Wisconsin. Number one. We still love our titties. We love our fun bags, bazongas.
You know, we're simple people out here in Wisconsin. We like the simple things in life.
We like cheese, we like beer, and we like udders.
We like to have a good beer, a nice cold beer, nice meal, and maybe some big-ass titties in the face.
Warm titties.
You know, we did have that picture on Instagram with the motorboating.
Yes, we did.
So,
Here's the thing. So I have speculated, why does Wisconsin love tits so much? And there's only one reason. It's because we are America's Dairyland. We are the home of milk, and so we just want some of that sweet titty milk.
Nice.
That is the deal.
It makes sense.
Yes.
Makes sense. That is a fascinating story.
Yes, absolutely.
Fascinating.
Yes. So yeah, last week we had a little bit of fun watching the new blowjob robot documentary trailer, which I actually found that particular, it's called We Love, I think it's called We Love Robots. And I actually was flipping through Netflix recently, and guess what? It's on Netflix. So Eddie and I are going to have to watch the My Sex Robot, it's called. We're going to have to watch and review that thing. So
see, Netflix knows what time it is.
Oh, they do.
They got all the new stuff on Netflix.
Yeah. It's time to go to work. It's not Vader time, but so we figure we keep the ball rolling by watching some fun videos that we found over the past week. So yeah, we're gonna watch these videos and react to them. And I actually have not watched any of these videos. I think Eddie has seen a couple of them, but he's got one that I picked that he hasn't seen. So
good stuff.
Yeah, let's start it off.
All right, first video is the let me take a look here. Tissue nanotransfection from Tech Insider on YouTube.
All right. So let me know. Give me the countdown, Eddie.
3, 2, 1, play.
All right. There's a tiny chip. It can start healing organs almost instantly. Some science is happening. It's being tested on mice and pigs. It's very small.
It's a small black square with like a circle inside of it.
You put it on the surface of your skin. Here's a little diagram of what happens on your skin. It applies electrical current into your skin. It changes the genetic code of the skin cells underneath. There's some science stuff happening there.
Yeah, it's strange.
Altered cells can be used to repair any organ. It's non-invasive. Obviously, you got
don't have to swallow anything.
Little sticker on there.
Yeah. Seconds to apply.
Just a couple seconds. Yeah, that's more like 8.
It seems almost like it's too good to be true.
It healed a mouse's leg. That's interesting. No blood was flowing through the mouse's leg.
They have like a diagram with the mouse's leg there. It's not an X-ray, I don't think.
That's the same thing they showed
earlier. But they rebuilt the blood vessels into the wounded leg.
In the wounded leg of the mouse. Oh, look at his little leg. Oh, completely healed. Back to normal. That's nice. A normal mouse
Dude,
leg.
That was big. Yeah. So the thing here is we're thinking like, what can it do for humans?
Yeah.
And how much is this thing going to cost?
Right.
Oh my God.
A lot of goddamn money.
It's saying also it can cure brain injuries and organs and just like, it's this small, like half-inch by half-inch square. And you pick it up with tweezers and you just put it on the affected area and it like absorbs into your skin.
Yeah. 2018, they're going to start using this thing on humans.
I can't wait.
Very cool. Very cool.
I'm going to put it on my stomach. Give me some 6-pack abs.
I don't know if it works that way. I think it just gets the blood to flow to there. So they actually might be able to use that for people with
Erectile
yes,
dysfunction?
erectile dysfunction.
Yeah,
Just
get that blood.
just get that blood flowing. Put this
Hell
little
yeah.
thing on your dick, and you're good. So usually, just putting a little thing on your dick usually gets the blood flowing.
So that's pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm down for that. All right, so next thing we got, this is it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Oh no, this is a little bit more funny than
This is
the
from
last video.
Little Rock, Arkansas. Let me know when you're ready, Eddie.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
All right, here's a construction worker guy.
Oh, look at those pizzas.
He's got a pizza
Look
there.
at those guys sweeping up those pizzas.
Oh my god!
They shut down the road.
Shit.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! That's a lot of goddamn frozen pizzas.
Look at that truck. That trailer is wasted.
This is like when you're on the fucking freeway and you're like, "Why is traffic moving so slow?"
Yeah.
And then you drive up there and you can't figure it out. Here you're like, "There's a bunch of frozen pizzas
Dude,
on the goddamn freeway."
they're bulldozing these
my
frozen
God.
boxes of pizzas.
They're not frozen
all
for
over
long.
the interstate.
Were these actually DiGiorno? Do we know? That looked like a Tombstone pizza or a
DiGiorno
Jack's.
and Tombstone pizzas.
Ooh.
He's holding one right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Tombstone.
This is a bad look for my truck drivers out there, but goddamn, this is funny.
I think that Nestle actually owns both of those brands, so
Yeah, fuck Nestle.
so we won't be able to buy these.
Yeah,
Is that pizza sauce? Oh man, there's pizza
it
sauce
looks
all
like
over.
blood, doesn't it?
It looks like blood, but it's actually just like delicious sauce. So yeah, tractor trailer carrying frozen pizzas impacted the bridge.
You got to check those clearances on the bridges.
This guy's saying things. He didn't hit the bridge directly, but the trailer did, and then it opened up the side of the trailer, and then all these frozen pizzas fell out. I would love to see if there was just a bunch of people that were just like running out, like trying to grab as many frozen pizzas as they could.
You know, Richard Branson has to be disgusted with this fucking.
This is a
video
lot
right
of
now.
waste.
This is a lot of
This is
waste
a
going
lot
on
of
right
waste.
here.
People were pretty shaken up. Oh man, this is
Look at that trailer. It just fucking fell apart.
Demolished that thing.
Yeah,
man.
it just fell apart.
Demolished
it's the driver's fault. He's got to make sure those clearances.
Oh, look at as you can see, there's it was pepperoni pizza. There's pizza sauce. There's cheese right there.
Man, I'm trying to get a look
and
at
a
that.
diesel spill. What if they find a new pizza that's delicious? That's like pepperoni, cheese, sauce, and diesel.
Man, fucking Arkansas, man.
There it is. So yeah,
It doesn't say what truck company it was, but
yeah,
that's all right.
So yeah, there it is. And now we got last one.
This one's mine, right?
No, this is
Or this is for me, right?
This is for you.
All right.
This is the Tata Towel.
All right, let me preface this. I haven't seen this yet, so this will be my reaction to this. It's only 33 seconds, so let's take a look here.
Here it is. This is the Tata Towel advertisement.
2, 1, play.
Tata Towel. Keep them high, keep them dry, as you would want to.
Oh,
she's pretty attractive.
Yeah, no bra.
Fuck the
That's
bra.
all right.
She's
You don't need
dropping
a
the
bra.
bra.
We can hang out without a bra.
Look at this thing.
I ain't wearing one either.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So we got, it's like a little, wait, I want to rewind it, but I'll let it go. So it's like a little V-neck, but reversed. It goes around the back of the neck there. You can tighten it up around the boobs over the.
Put it on your titties.
Take the bra off, wrap this around your neck. Oh, that's it.
There you go.
You take the bra. I'm baffled. I need to watch that again.
Yeah.
Mainly because,
Tata Towel.
She's half naked.
Yeah. Yep. So she's letting you know you can get rid of your bra. You take this thing. It looks pretty fuzzy. It looks like it would probably feel pretty decent.
So is this a replacement for like a bathing suit?
I'm not sure. I think that this is something you would wear like at home, maybe. I'm not really
Maybe it's like really comfortable for chicks.
Yeah, and
maybe
you can tighten it up in the back too. So depending on the size of your titties and like how tight you want it to be. Yeah, there it is.
It reminds me of like a really weird Wonder Bra.
Yeah.
It's pulling them up and like, they're not squishing them together though. They're pulling them apart. So
tatatowel.com if you want to get your own Tata Towel.
Hashtag not sponsored.
We are not sponsored by Tata Towel. I want to make that very, very clear.
But that would make a great gift for Christmas maybe or something.
Yeah.
If you got a girlfriend that, doesn't like bras.
So yeah, if you don't want to swallow any frozen DiGiorno with pepperoni and cheese and diesel fuel, then we have something entirely different for you to swallow. Eddie, make sure they don't choke on social media.
No, that's going to be tough. We got a whole lot of social media for you. First of all, let's just say you can hit us up here at the Jerk of All Trades podcast. Jerk of All Trades podcast at gmail.com. We read all your emails every week.
Absolutely.
Say what's up, and we say what's up right back to you. Make sure you visit the official website of the Jerk of All Trades podcast JOATpodcast.com.
The best place to listen to the Jerk of All Trades. And I also want to mention, check out the new support page.
Yes.
We've got it updated, and we need you guys to donate to us so we can take a little vacation, because we have been working hard every week to bring you the very best in podcasting. And we need to take a vacation, a little excursion to Bald Head Island.
I can't wait.
So please donate to us and help us make that a reality, and we will podcast live from Bald Head Island.
Yeah, we got tabs up there. We got support tab, we got blog tab, we got show notes on there. Yes. You can see Scott Steiner flipping somebody off on the show notes. A lot of the too hot for Instagram stuff will be going on to the JOATpodcast.com.
Absolutely. It's growing. There's going to be so much more there.
Don't forget to check it out. Don't forget to take a look at that. So yes, and follow. Speaking of Instagram, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and like us on Facebook. We're on all social medias. You can't not miss us.
That's a double negative, so you can miss us. Don't miss us.
And you just put jerk of a, and we're in there because we put jerk of. It's gonna be like jerk off stuff. So don't click on any of that jerk off stuff, and make sure you
unless you want to, unless you
the Jerk of All Trades podcast,
unless you're looking at the Tata Towels or Pornhub.
And also make sure you subscribe to us on Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, anywhere and everywhere you get your podcasts. You can subscribe to us. Please leave us a review if you so choose on the iTunes. And also, one last thing, we're also subscribe to us on Twitch, twitch.tv/JOAT podcast. Having a lot of fun on Twitch. We try to share as much as we can with you guys. We try to incorporate anybody and everybody that wants to play with us. And we're having a good time on Twitch with that Jackbox.
And you know what? If you've got a game that you want us to play, just of my own personal free time that I barely have, been playing a lot of Friday the 13th, so maybe I'll start doing some JOAT live streaming of Friday the 13th.
Hell yeah.
I'm terrible, but it doesn't matter. I like doing it.
That's the fun of it.
Yeah, so
that's the fun of it.
If you got a game that you want us to play,
it's all about your personality.
Man. Let us know.
Yeah, that new Madden comes out in less than a week.
Yeah, so we'll stream some Madden.
We might have to have some ass whooping Madden games going on here.
Absolutely.
So that's pretty much it, man. So as usual, we got some InspiroBot for the win.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and are you ready for that InspiroBot, Ray?
Yes. You want to go first this week? You go first this week.
All right, I'll go first this week. And my InspiroBot says, all right, we got the couple on the bench. It looks like they just got married. It looks like a wedding dress is being worn here.
By both people or just one?
Just the woman. Okay. And it says...
It's 2017, man. You want to wear a wedding dress and you're a groom? Do it.
Where murderers end, comma, thought begins.
Whoa.
There you go.
That I did not understand.
InspiroBot. I hope these two people didn't murder anybody.
They might have. Here we go. Here's my...
And now they're starting to think about stuff.
All right. What seems appreciated to an artist seems underappreciated when you're awake.
Is that because when you're an artist, you're always on drugs?
Yeah. You definitely are dropping hits of acid on the rag. And so, you appreciate it. And, oh, man, this is hurting my brain. There's a guy jumping on a mountain, it looks like. It looks like he's going to get really hurt. So
jumping on a mountain.
Oh, whoa. I just noticed, too, that you can now, on InspiroBot, there's 3 tabs below the social media, and it says print on a T-shirt, print on a poster, or print on a mug.
Oh, they're trying to get that money, bro.
Yeah. So you can actually get your favorite InspiroBots onto, whatever you want it on your coffee cup, you can get it. You want it on a poster on your wall, you can get it. So InspiroBot, we love you.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go home. Let's do the universal call out.
Hell yeah!
So
8 topics, phobias, topics. What are we doing this week, Ray?
We're just gonna do topics. Topics has been good to us. So
sure,
we're going 8.
All right.
And let's do it. All right, we got nurses, tigers, smoking, cheese, freaks, sailing, volcanoes, and Asia.
Oh, there's like 3 good ones there. I like 3 of those. I like volcanoes, I like freaks, and I like, what was the second one?
tigers. Nurses.
Tigers. I like
tigers.
Yes.
I actually agree with you. I like tigers.
I like tigers. That's a new one.
If you like tigers, I like tigers.
Unanimous.
Unanimous this week. No rock, paper, scissors this week. We got tigers for the universal call out next week. And
please don't maul anybody, tigers.
Yes.
We just want to learn some cool shit about
Yes, but you might maul some people. So yeah, if you're around tigers in the next week and you're listening to the podcast, just know that
stay away from tigers this week.
Yeah, don't go around tigers, okay?
Don't go to the zoo.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're gonna go to the zoo, don't go to the zoo. Wait until after we do the next podcast. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So that's it. We're done for the week.
We love you guys.
Yes.
Thanks for sticking with us.
Absolutely.
And we will be back, man.
Yes. JOAT is outie.